Welcome back, focused learners. Today, we've got a seriously fascinating explainer lined up for you. We're going to completely unpack a highly structured cognitive evaluation. It's called the Advanced and Critical Grandmaster MAT 7891. And look, this isn't your standard, run-of-the-mill pop quiz. We're breaking down exactly how it works, using only the official source parameters.
So, do you have the mental ability of a grandmaster? It's a pretty provocative question, right? It immediately sets the tone. This exam frames itself not just as a standard scholastic hurdle, but as a high-stakes mental quest. I mean, the title Grandmaster carries a lot of weight. It implies absolute mastery, elite strategy, and deep critical thinking. As we go through this explainer, I want you to keep this question in the back of your mind as we look at the sheer endurance and precision you'd need to actually compete.
Okay, let's dive into this. We're grounding ourselves in the official branding from the source documentation right off the bat. Check out the emblem for Brain Bright Solutions, Education and Ideas. It's a great visual anchor. You've got the classic light bulb representing brilliant ideas, but notice how it's flanked by physics and algebra books, and surrounded by math symbols like pi, sigma, and the square root. It perfectly captures the analytical foundation of the exam we're about to decode.
Section 1. The Grandmaster MAT Challenge, Establishing the Arena. Here is the precise terminology straight from the source. The exam is officially designated as the Grandmaster Mental Ability, associated with BBSE. You'll also see it formally coded as GM-Mental Ability 7891. And remember, the syllabus title itself references the advanced and critical nature of this MAT, or mental ability test. These aren't just random buzzwords. They signal a highly rigorous assessment designed to really push your logical faculties to the limit. Specifically, it's going to challenge your grasp on things like analogy, coding decoding, Venn diagrams, patterns, figures, reasoning, and probability.
Section 2. Eligibility and registration fees, the cost of entry.
Right, so let's talk about 500. This is your baseline limitation. The registration fee is firmly set at 500 rupees per student. It's a specific, non-negotiable threshold just to get in the door. By setting this fee, the organizers are basically making sure that the participants who register actually have some skin in the game and are taking the challenge seriously.
But paying that 500 isn't the only hurdle to clear. Outside students absolutely can register, which is great, but they must be from class 9 to 12. It's a really fascinating eligibility gate. It means the competition isn't completely closed off. Outsiders are actively welcomed into the fray. But that strict class 9 to 12 requirement, that tells us exactly what cognitive level the organizers are targeting. They're looking for high schoolers, minds that have developed enough to handle advanced mental ability challenges, but are still actively being shaped by the educational system.
Section 3. Format and Marking Scheme. The rules of the game.
First and foremost, you need to know the exam format is entirely objective. There are absolutely no long-form essays here, no subjective interpretations, and zero partial credit for showing your work in a paragraph. It's a clear-cut, binary format across all those topics like Venn diagrams and probability we mentioned earlier. You either select the right option or you don't, period. This objective nature makes sure the grading is swift, impartial, and perfectly standardized for everyone taking it.
200. I really want you to let that number sink in. The source documents clearly state there are 200 questions on this exam. Guys, that is a massive volume for a single objective test. It really reveals that the Grandmaster MAT isn't just evaluating your raw intelligence or your critical thinking skills. It's aggressively testing your mental endurance and your processing speed. Maintaining focus through 200 rigorous objective questions takes a tremendous amount of cognitive stamina.
And naturally, that massive volume scales up to an impressive maximum score. 600 is the highest possible mark you can achieve. If we do some quick math, 200 questions scaling to 600 maximum marks, we can clearly see exactly how much each question is theoretically worth on the positive side.
Now, what's really interesting about this is the intense risk and reward dynamic at play here. Yes, a correct answer rewards you with +3 marks. That's how we reach that 600 maximum. But look closely at the penalty. An incorrect answer hits you with a -2 mark deduction. This is an incredibly aggressive negative marking ratio. In a lot of exams, a wrong answer might cost you 1/4 point, maybe 1 point. A -2 penalty means that guessing wildly will absolutely tank your score. It demands precision. It forces you to practice critical risk management. You really have to know when to confidently claim those 3 marks and when to just step back and leave a question blank to protect yourself from that harsh 2-mark penalty.
Section 4. How to register. Joining the ranks.
The timeline for this is strict, and it really requires some foresight. Step 1. Registration has to be completed a full 1 month before the exam. This isn't something you can just wake up and sign up for the weekend before. Step 2 involves waiting for your official timing and center notification. And finally, Step 3 is actually sitting down and taking the objective exam. That 1-month buffer is absolutely crucial for the organizers to process those 500 rupees fees, verify everyone's Class 9 to 12 eligibility, and arrange the logistics for a massive 200-question test.
Notice the dual-channel approach to administration here. For standard internal participants, the exam date will be notified right in their class group, and they'll receive their specific exam timing and center location conveniently through a WhatsApp text. Super easy. However, for those outside participants, the ones who pass through that eligibility gate we talked about earlier, they're going to receive all this crucial information securely via email. It really shows a highly organized approach to getting the word out.
So the crucial takeaway here is making sure your registration profile is completely accurate when you submit it that 1 month prior. The source keeps it incredibly streamlined. They literally only list 3 required pieces of information to get onto the roster: your name, your class, and your school's name. It's simple, it's efficient, and it gives them exactly what they need to verify your eligibility and assign your testing center.
We've laid out the entire framework of the Advanced and Critical Grandmaster MAT 7891. You've seen the 500 rupee entry gate, the demanding 200-question volume covering intense logical reasoning, and of course that incredibly sharp -2 penalty for incorrect answers. Knowing the strict rules of this game and the immense mental endurance required to navigate everything from coding decoding to probability, are you ready to claim the Grandmaster title? Thank you so much for joining me today, focused learners, and as always, keep questioning the systems around you.